everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got Milwaukee Braves baseball here on August 17th, 1961. We got the Philadelphia Phillies traveling to Milwaukee to take on the Braves. And let's look at the starting lineup for the Phils. You got leading off playing second base, Tony Taylor. Batting second playing left field is Johnny Callison. Batting third playing center field is Tony Gonzalez. Batting fourth playing first base is Don Detmer. Batting fifth playing right field is Wes Covington. Batting sixth playing third base is Lee Walls. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Clay Dalrymple. Batting eighth playing shortstop is Bobby Malkmus. And on the mound doing the pitching is Rockin' Robin Roberts for the Phils. Let's take a look at the hometown Milwaukee Braves starting lineup. Leading off playing right field's Lee May. Batting second playing second's Frank Bowen. Batting third playing third's Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth playing center field is Hank Aaron. Batting fifth playing first base is Joe Adcock. Batting sixth playing left field is Frank Thomas. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Joe Torre. Batting eighth playing shortstop is Roy McMillan. And batting ninth doing the pitching for the Milwaukee Braves is Bob BUHL. Get down here to the county stadium and get this game underway, folks. Bob BUHL's on the mound. This will be his 25th game. He's got an ERA of 3.65. He's 10-9 on the year, folks, with 4 complete games. Tony Taylor will be the first batter he faces. He's batting .273 with a home run and 19 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Tony, and that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Taylor goes down swinging. That'll be the first out of the ball game. And I'll bring up Mr. Callison here. Here's Johnny batting .231, 3 home runs, 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Joe Adcock. He'll take it himself for out number 2. And that'll bring up Tony Gonzalez batting .336 with 12 home runs and 48 RBIs on the year. Excuse me. And that's going to be a single in the center field. Aaron couldn't get to that ball, folks. So that's going to be a base hit for Gonzalez. Aaron picks it up on the bounce, fires it in. Don Detmer is up now, batting .239, 16 home runs, 43 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one off of Bob. Bob, all of a sudden, with 2 outs, can't get out of the inning, folks. And that's going to be a double in the right field down the first baseline. And Gonzalez, with his speed, he'll score easy. And all of a sudden, with 2 outs, the Phillies get aboard here. And now Don's standing down at second for Wes Covington. He started this year off as a Brave. West is batting .329 with the Phils with 4 home runs and 10 RBI since joining the Phils. Who all has he been with this year? West has traveled quite a bit this year. Let's take a look here. He was with the Braves, went to Chicago, Kansas City. Now he's here with the Phillies, folks. So West is well traveled, 4 teams this year. Like I say, he's batting .329 for the Phils, though. And he's not done yet. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. Well, first of all, they didn't score Gonzalez the last time. Go back and fix that. So the double in the right. And now we're going to have a single in the right, and the Phillies are up 2-0. All this coming with 2 outs, folks. Now you got West down at first for Mr. Walls. Lee Walls is up 2 outs. Like I said, Bob gets the first two easy and can't get this third one. Lee's batting .261 with 2 home runs and 18 RBIs. And that'll finally end the inning. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And over to first for the final out, but not until the Phillies scored 2. It's going to be Phillies 2. The Braves coming up with May, Bowen, and Matthews. See if they can get those 2 runs back here against Mr. Rockin' Robin Roberts. And Lee's batting .239 on the year. Here's the pitch to Lee. And that's going to be a ground ball down the walls at third. He's up with it. Fires across the diamond for out number 1. Hey, Ken. Yeah, your Phillies up to a 2-0 lead already. Rockin' Robin on the mound. He's got a 5.26 ERA and 15 starts. He's 2-8 and only 1 complete game. Yeah. We got Frank Bowen up now. He is batting .285 on the year with 15 home runs, 60 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Taylor at second. So 2 ground balls, 2 outs here. Let's see if the Braves can do what the Phillies did and rally here with 2 outs. Here's Eddie Matthews batting .299. He's got to get that batting average over 300, he said, with 22 home runs, 82 RBIs. And that's not the way to do it with a swing and a miss. The Braves go down in order. We go to the top of the second. It's 2-0 Phillies. Dalrymple, Malcolmus, and Roberts do up bottom part of the order here. Clay's only hitting .205 on the year, folks, with 1 home run and 18 RBIs. And that's going to be an easy ground ball down to Frank Bowen. He's up with it. Fires over to first for out number 1. That'll bring up Mr. Joe Adcock. No, it won't. It'll bring up the wrong team. That'll bring up Mr. Bobby Malcolmus. Bobby's hitting .266 with 10 home runs and 24 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews. 2 up and 2 down for the Phils. And that'll take us to Roberts. And he's batting .080 on the year, folks. Here's the pitch to Robin. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll be the second strikeout for Bob today. And the Phillies go down in order. We go to the bottom of the second with Aaron, Adcock, and Thomas due up. Hank does have a .300 batting average, folks, with 22 home runs and 80 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Gonzalez camps under it and makes the first out here in the second. Brings up Joe Adcock, batting .271 with 23 home runs, 76 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 1 on Joe. And then he takes that 0-1 pitch in the left field, folks. And that's going to be a base hit for Adcock. He'll stop at first. So you got 1 on, nobody, 1 out for Frank Thomas. He's starting to hit the ball a little bit. Still only .248 average, 19 home runs, 60 RBIs. And that's not going to get her done. That's going to be a fly ball out the right. Covington is out there. He's got it. Now it's up to Mr. Joe Torre. 2 outs to keep this inning alive. And Joe's off to a bad season, folks. .236 with 6 home runs and 30 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Callison in the left. And that'll end the inning. And the Braves leave Adcock stranded at first. We get to the top of the third. Got the top of the order due up here. Taylor, Callison, and Gonzalez. Tony struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Frank Bowen. So that's 1 out, just like the first inning started. And that brings up Johnny. And Johnny grounded out the first his first time up. Not this time, folks. He squares this one up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. May looks up and watch that leave the yard, folks. And all of a sudden, it's 3-0 Phillies. That brings up Tony Gonzalez here, folks. Tony reached on a single and scored his first time up. And that's going to be another single in the center field. Again, Aaron can't quite get to it. Aaron used to playing out there in right field. Looks a little lost out there in center right now. Again, Gonzalez is on with a single. Last time up, Don hit a double that scored Gonzalez. Here's the pitch to Don. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Gonzalez will stop at second. They're not going to test Aaron's arm. And now we got first and second and only one out. Braves looking to turn two here. West don't have much speed, but he singled his first time up and drove in a run. Here's the pitch to West. And that's going to be a ball hit back to Bob Buhl, and he doesn't field that cleanly at all, folks. That's an E1. Might have been able to turn two if he came up with it. Looked like he was rushing, trying to throw that ball down the second. Bases are juiced now for Lee Walls. Braves are already down by 3. Not a lot of speed out there, and they're going to play back for the double play, hoping to get a ground ball. Lee hit a ground ball back to Bob his first time up. Here's the pitch to Lee. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Is that going to be deep enough to score the runner from third? And it is. Matter of fact, Don's going to tag up and head down to third himself. So it's a 4-0 game, folks. Now we got runners on the corner and 2 outs. And that'll bring up Clay. Clay grounded out the second his first time up. Detmer down at third. Covington down at first. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. But not until the Phillies scored 2 more and take a 4-0 lead here, folks. So we go to the bottom of the third. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Braves. McMillan, Buhl, and then back to Lee May. Max hitting 205 on the year, 5 home runs, 37 RBIs. But that'll be a base hit in the left field. Nice piece of hitting. He pulls that ball down the line there. John gets over, cuts it off. Mac, he's going to stay put at first. See if Bob can get a bunt down here and get him in scoring position for the top of the order. He's batting .059 on the year. And that's going to be a base on balls. No, that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. Sorry. Oh, Robin has the Z. So 2-0 count. And that's going to be a bunt back to the mound. Roberts is up with it. He throws down the second. And he gets McMillan. So the bunt doesn't work, folks. Nothing going right for Bob today on the mound or at the plate. So now we got Lee May up. Bob down at first with 1 out. May grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And he's going to spin around, fire that ball down the second. And he'll get the lead runner again, folks. Old Rockin' Robbins fielding his position. Bob's got an error. And Rockin' Robbins doing a good job out there. Brings up Frank Bolin. He grounded out the third his first time up also. And that's going to be a single in the left. No, it's not. Lee Walls makes a good play over there. Robs Frank Bolin of a base hit diving play. Stops that from going into the outfield and throws Frank out. Nice play by Walls. Nothing going right for the Braves today. Excuse me, we got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Phillies. Bobby Malcolmus, Rockin' Robin, and then back to Tony Taylor. Bobby's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be I think that's going to be an error on McMillan. No, that's an error on normally Mr. Reliable Eddie Matthews down at third. He throws that ball in the dirt. Joe keeps it in front of him, though. Like I say, Braves can't buy nothing today. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong. Robin's up. He's going to try to sacrifice Bobby over to second. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike one. And that's going to be a base on balls. Geez, you Pete's. He's trying to give you an out and you're walking. That is crazy, folks. So now we got first and second and nobody out. Tony Taylor, he's 0 for 2 today. Struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be another base on balls. Geez, you Pete's. Bases are juiced. The Braves got to play the infield in. They're already down by 4. Can't afford to give up anymore. Here's Johnny Callison, 1 for 2 with that home run, folks. Last time up. And that is going to be hit down to short. He fires that ball home, Mac does. They'll get the lead runner. So now there's 1 out. Bases are still juiced. Brings up Tony Gonzalez now. Braves are still playing in. Tony's 2 for 2, 2 singles on the day, folks. Here's the pitch to Tony, and he gets a hold of this one. He's busting this game wide open, folks. And that ball is driven into the gap in left field, and that's going to score 2. And just like that, it's 6-0, folks. This game has just gotten out of hand. Bob BUHL and just doesn't have it. That'll get the bullpen up. Braves will keep the infield in. It's second and third for Don Detmer, who's 2 for 2 with a double and an RBI. Singled his last time up. And that is going to be a fly ball in the right field. Both runners will tag up, and that'll make it 7-0. A runner down at third now with 2 outs. Sure. Now brings up Wes Covington. He's 1 for 2. Been on base both times, though. He did reach on an error his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Frank Thomas has got it. That'll end this inning, but not until the Phillies add 3 more and take a commanding 7-0 lead. That'll bring up Mr. Matthews, Aaron, and Adcock. Braves have got to get something going here. Down by 7. Rockin' Robin's doing good. He's struck out Eddie his first time up. And that's going to be a pop up on the infield. And Taylor's going to take it for out number 1. Yeah, things are going well for your Phillies. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Oh, Hank Aaron's up now. He flew out to center his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one off of Rockin' Robin. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is back, and going. Hank gets the Braves at least on the scoreboard with his 23rd home run of the year, 81st RBI. So we jinxed him, Ken. Shouldn't have said nothing. Now we got Joe Adcock up. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be another base hit in the right field. And all of a sudden the Braves starting to get the lumber on the ball with 1 out here in the 4th. Got a long ways to go, down by 6. Frank Thomas is up. He flew out the right his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss strike 3. That's Roberts. Second strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Joe Torre now with 2 outs. Love to see Joe start hitting, folks. And he does. That's a ball in the center field. And Adcock's going to stop at second, even with 2 outs. So we got first and second. 2 outs here for Mr. McMillan. And Roy got a single his first time up. Let's see if he can deliver here and get some more runs on the board for the Braves. And no, he doesn't. That's going to be a ground ball down short. And he'll go the easy way over to second, and that'll end the inning. But the Braves get on the scoreboard with the Hank Aaron home run. It's 7-1. We got Walls. Darn it. Walls, Dalrymple, and Malcolmus do let me take a drink here. Sure. Do up here for the Phils. Lee's 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Frank Bolin. Frank's got it, no problem. Clay's up now. Clay's 0 for 2, grounded out and struck out. And that's going to be hit down to McMillan at short. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. And here comes Bobby. Malcolmus, he's 0 for 2 also, but he did reach on an error his last time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the center field. Bobby's aboard here with 2 outs. Looks like Bob might have a 1-2-3 inning. That's not going to happen. That brings up Robin. He's 0 for 1 with a walk his last time up. Struck out the other time. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it. Here in the 5th, we go to the bottom of the 5th. And they're going to pitch hit here for Bob. Then you're going to have May and Bolin do up here. So let's see who's going to come off the bench here and pitch hit. Looks like Mac Jones is going to come out and pitch hit. Mac the knife. Try to get on and get something going here in the 5th. Jones is batting .274 on the year, folks. No home runs, 6 RBIs. Can he get aboard here for the Braves? Yes, he can. He laces that ball in the left field. A leadoff pitch hit single by Jones. See if the Braves can keep this going. Lee May up now. Lee is 0 for 2. See if he can get off the snot and keep this merry-go-round going. No, he can't. That's going to be popped up on the infield. And who's calling for it? And Bobby down at short says he's got it near the mound. Makes the catch for out number 1. Brings up Frank Bolin now with 1 out and Jones down at first. And Frank's 0 for 2. Grounded out to third both times up. And he lifts that ball in the left field. Johnny out there. Callison makes the catch. So Jones gets on, and they haven't even moved him over yet, folks. That's just the day it's been for the Bravos. Here comes Matthews, struck out and popped up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. And the leadoff single comes to naught. We go to the top of the 6th. It's still 7-1. You got the top of the order due up. You got the righty and then 2 lefties. So I think Johnny Antonelli's going to come on here to pitch. For the Braves with the 2 lefties due up next. Alrighty, Tony Taylor in the top of the order to lead it off. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. And that's going to be another error on Eddie Matthews. That is hard to believe, folks, but this is not a good game for the Braves and definitely not a good game for Eddie. So Taylor's aboard here with an error. Here comes Callison. He's 1 for 3 with that home run. Here's the pitch to Johnny. And that's going to be a base hit, infield hit. That's a Baltimore chopper. Matthews comes on. He's not going to make a throw after already having 2 errors on the day. So it's first and second and nobody out. Poor Johnny's not getting it done. Here's another lefty for him. Can he get a ground ball here? You can try to get a double play. Gonzalez and Callison and Taylor all have great speed now. And that's going to be ball 4, filling the bases up. Jeez, you Pete's. Johnny definitely wasn't the answer, it don't look like. Again, the Braves are going to play back for the double play. They're already down by 6. They don't want a bunch of runs scoring. They'll give up 1, try to get a double play. Here's Don. And that's going to be a single in the right. And everybody moves up 1 base. Sure way, folks. The massacre just keeps on happening. Looks like those Philadelphia Phillies are scalping the Braves. Here comes Wes Covington. He's 1 for 3. Reached on an error and flew out to left, and he's got an RBI. Here's the pitch to West. Still nobody out, folks. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. And that'll advance the runners on second and third. And that is now a 9-1 ball game. First and third, 1 out now. Like I say, the Braves are playing back, trying to get a double play. Lee Walls is up. He has a sacrifice fly, grounded out to the pitcher and grounded out to second. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. And Tony's going to score on that one, folks. So now it's 10-1, good buddy. Jeez, you Pete's. So we got 2 outs, a runner down at first for Clay Delmiffle, and he's 0 for 3. Grounded out to short, grounded out to second, and struck out. And he gets a hold of this one off of Johnny, and that's going to be a base hit in the center field. And with 2 outs, Don's going to motor on down the third. And now we got first and third and 2 outs. They just can't get out of these innings, folks. Sure. 10-1 ball game. Malcolmus is up. He's 1 for 3. He's been on base twice, though. Reached on an error 1 time. And that's finally going to end the inning, folks. That's a foul ball near the dugout. And Joe throws off the mask, makes the catch. And the inning's over. But the Phillies score 3 more, and it's 10-1. We got the big boys due up, but I don't know how they can score 9 runs on their own. Aaron, Adcock, and Thomas. Hank did homer his last time up. Here's the pitch to the hammer. And he gets a hold of this one again. And this is the only batter Rockin' Robin's having problems with. And that ball is driven into the gap in right field off the top of the fence. Just missed the second home run, folks. And Hank standing down at second with a leadoff double. That'll bring up Joe Adcock. He's 2 for 2. Singled both times up. Can he single in the hammer? This time, and for some crazy reason, that ball's hit down the short, and the hammer takes off for third, and they're going to get him, folks. Don't understand that. Not very heads-up baseball by Hank. So now you got Joe Adcock down at first with 1 out. Sure, Braves are just making mistakes after mistakes. Frank Thomas is up. He's flown out and struck out. And that's going to be popped up in the foul territory. And Clay says he's got it, throws the mask off for out number 2. And Joe Torres is up now, folks. And he is 1 for 2 with a single his last time up. And that'll end the inning. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. Tosses it over the second. And that'll do it, folks. And the Braves leave 1 on. And we go to the top of the 7th, 10-1. You got Roberts up. Then back to the top of the order, and Taylor and Callison. And Robin is 0 for 2 with a walk and scored. He struck out his other 2 times. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Frank Boland. That'll be out number 1. Back to the top of the order, and Tony Taylor. Taylor hitting .270, but he's 0 for 3 with a walk today, but he scored twice. He reached on an error and scored his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to McMillan. So 2 ground balls up the middle, 2 outs. And that brings out Johnny. Can Johnny Antonelli have a 1-2-3 inning? Collison's 2 for 4 with a home run. And that'll do it, folks. That's a ground ball down to Matthews. He doesn't miss this one up. And the Phillies go down in order. Mark that down, folks. We make it to the 7th inning stretch. It's 10-1. We'll have McMillan, a pitch hitter for Johnny, and then Lee May. Max 1 for 2. See if he can get on board again here, folks. And that's going to be a ball back to the mound. Roberts makes an error on that one. That's an E1. That'll be the Phillies' first error. So Max aboard here. Nobody out in the 7th. And let's see who's going to come out here and pitch hit. I think Bob Boyd's going to come out here and pitch hit. Another lefty. See if Bob can do something here. Runner down at first, nobody out. Bob is batting .308 on the year, folks, with 1 RBI. And that's popped up behind home plate. That'll be an easy play for Clay. And that'll be 1 out here in the 7th. We're back to the top of the order, and Lee May. See if May can get his first hit of the ball game, folks. And that's going to be a no. That's a swing and a miss to right 3. So 2 down now with McMillan down at first. On the air by Robin. Frank Boland's 0 for 3 also. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Sorry, that's going to be an infield hit. So Frank's aboard. Now there's 2 on for Eddie Matthews. He's not having a good game at all. He's got 2 errors. He's 0 for 3. Can he do something here, folks? Here's the pitch to Eddie. And that is going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. Lee's up with it. He'll go to short way to 2nd, and that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 8th. It's still 10-1. Who's the Braves going to bring out here to pitch? I think they're going to bring out Bob Henley. He's going to come out and pitch. Yeah, Bob Henley's coming out here to pitch. Trying to keep this a 9-run game. So we go to the top of the 8th. In a 10-1 game, Gonzalez, Detmer, and Covington due up here. Tony's 3 for 3, folks. 2 RBIs on the day. Exactly, Ken. Keep it a 9-run game. Here's the pitch from Bob. Bob's got a 2.64 ERA. He's 4-1. He's got 8 starts, 1 complete game. And that's going to be a base on balls, of course. Tony takes his time walking down the first. So the lead runner's on, and Tony's a perfect 3 for 3 today, folks. This part of the order has done a lot of damage because here comes Don. He's 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. And finally, they get him out. Frank Thomas ranges over in left field, makes the catch for out number 1. Here comes the former Braves, a former White Sox. What else was he? Was he in the A's also? Did he go to Kansas City? Yep. He's a Brave, a White Sox, and an A. Here's the pitch to Cub. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bob Henley doesn't seem to have control here today either. So now we got first and second and only 1 out. And that brings up Lee Walls. He's 0 for 2, but he's got 2 sacrifice flies, folks. Here's the pitch to Lee. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. And Tony will make it over to third with 1 out, 2 outs now. So first and third and 2 outs. And that'll bring up Clay. Clay's 1 for 4. He singled his last time up. 2 outs. Can Bob get out of this inning without giving up a run? And yes, he can. That's a fly ball out to Frank. So the Phils leave 2 stranded. They haven't done that much today. When we go to the bottom of the 8th, it's 10-1. We got the big boys due up. Aaron is 2 for 3, followed by Adcock and Thomas. He's got a double and a home run. Here's the pitch to Hank. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And that'll bring up Mr. Joe Adcock here. And here comes Joe up the bat. He's 2 for 3. 2 singles and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's a single in the right field. Adcock and the Aaron's are only one that Roberts is having problems with. So there comes Frank Thomas. Poor Frank. Like I say, only batting 245 on the year, 0 for 3 today. But he gets a base hit this time, folks, in the center field. And that'll get Joe down to second. He's not going nowhere with a 9-run deficit. Here comes Joe Torre, who's 1 for 3. Let's see if he can get an RBI here, folks. And yes, he can. That ball is hit in the left field. Well, no, he can't, because that's not going to be well enough hit for Joe to score. So it'll be bases loaded. And all of a sudden, Rockin' Robin is running into a little bit of trouble here in the 8th. He's due up second, plus he's got a 9-run lead. You hate to use the bullpen. The Braves have gotten 11 hits off of him, folks, but only scored 1 run. So here comes McMillan up, 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be hit in the left field. And that's going to score 1 run, folks. They're going station to station. They're not trying to run themselves out of an inning. And all of a sudden, now bases loaded with 1 out, and that'll be it for Bob Henley. Let's see who the Braves will go to now off the bench. I think Al Spangler's going to come out here and pitch hit with the bases juiced. So where's Al out there? He is. So Spangler's hitting 322 on the year, folks, with 9 RBIs. Can he get a few here? Here's the pitch to Al. Bases are juiced. That's going to be a fly ball in the left field. And that's too shallow of a out for Frank Thomas to score. So bases are still loaded for the top of the order and Lee May. Let's see if Lee can drive in some runs here, make this game a little respectable. He's 0 for 4. And he's going to stay 0 for 4 because another fly ball out the left. The Braves get the bases loaded and only score 1 run. That's just the way this game's played out, folks. Just the way this game's played out. Don Notebart will come out here to pitch the 9th. And they'll have the bottom part of the order due up here in the 9th. Malcolmus, Roberts, and then back to the top of the order, and Taylor. Alrighty, folks. Here's the pitch to Bobby. He's 1 for 4. And he gets a hold of this one, of course he does. And drives that ball in the right field. Lee May comes over, cuts it off. And Bobby with a 8-run lead. He'll stop at first. That'll bring up Rockin' Robin. We're not going to be bunting here. We're going to let him swing away. He's 0 for 3 with a walk, though. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down here in the 9th. Hey, 007. Not much of a ball game this one, bud. Ken's loving it, though. His Phillies are beating the crap out of my Braves. Tony's 0 for 4 with a walk and scored twice. Reached on an error one time. Here's the pitch to Tony. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. And Lee May's got it. That'll be 2 outs here in the 9th. And here's Johnny. And Callison's 2 for 5 with a home run, and he scored 3 times, folks. And that'll do it. That'll be swing and a miss, strike 3. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Braves needing a miracle. Down by 8. We'll sound very optimistic here. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters up, just who you want. Rockin' Robin trying to get a complete game out of this. Frank's 1 for 4. He did single his last time up. And not this time, folks. That's a lazy fly ball in the center field. Gonzalez has got it for out number 1. Now to bring up Eddie. He's 0 for 4. He's got 2 errors in the game, if I remember right. Let's check. Like I say, it has not been a good game for Mr. Matthews. At least 2 errors, maybe all 3 of them. Yeah, he's got 2 errors, and Bob's got the other one. So here's the pitch to Eddie. Can he at least get a base hit here today? And that's a no. That's a swing and a miss. That's his 2nd strikeout of the game. And Eddie goes back to shaking his head, throws the bat and the helmet. That brings up the Hammer, who's had a damn good game. Shame they wasted it. He's 2 for 4 with a double and a home run. Here's the pitch to Hank. And that's going to be a ground ball down the lee walls over to first. And that'll end this game mercifully as the fans walk out of Milwaukee County Stadium. There's a guy named Ken Castro cheering that his Phillies just took it to the Braves. Let's take a look at this box score. We'll see that the Braves left a lot of guys on base and had their opportunities. Rockin' Robin pitched around him. The Phillies 10 runs on 12 hits and an error. The Braves 2 runs. They had 12 hits also, but only scored 2 out of it. And the Braves with 3 errors, 2 of them by Mr. Eddie Matthews, one of the best fielding third basemen in the game. Yeah, I'm glad you came in too, Ken. Yeah, look at that. Taylor 2 for 3. Callison 3 for 6. Gonzalez 3 for 3 with 2 walks. Detmer 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Cove 1 for 3 against his former teammates with 2 RBIs. Look at that, 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position. They still left 10 men on base though. Damn. Oh, you're welcome, man. Oh, I'm glad, bud. I enjoy having you. Oh, look at the Braves here. Like I say, Aaron and Adcox was about the only one. Torrey, old Joe came off, went 2 for 4. So hopefully maybe he starts hitting. Like I say, 239 batting average. Him and Frank Thomas have definitely been disappointing this year. But like I say, Hank 2 for 5 with that home run. And then you had Joe Adcock 3 for 5. McMillan, not a bad game, 2 for 4 with an RBI. Look at that, 2 for 7 runners in scoring position and left 11 on. Roberts goes the distance, picks up his 3rd win. He's 3-8 on the year. Not what you want to see as a Brave, only seeing 3 wins, and you're one of them. 9 innings, 12 hits, 2 runs, struck out 4. Like I say, he pitched around some trouble. Give him credit. Poor Bob goes to 10-10 on the year. 5 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned. Walked 2, struck out 4, and gave up a home run. And then old Johnny comes in, doesn't help matters much. Pitches 2 innings, gives up 3 hits, 3 runs. Only 1 of them earned. Walked 2. Then the bullpen did their job after that. Bob comes in, pitches a inning, strikes on walks 2. And then Don Notebert comes in, pitches the 9th, gives up a hit and strikes out 2. Let's do some fast play here. We got the Pirates heading out to Chicago to take on the Cubbies in the Windy City. Matter of fact, this is a doubleheader here, folks. See what happens here in game number 1. Yeah, exactly. No walks is right, Ken. Yep. And the Cubbies win. The Pirates 4 runs on 9 hits and no errors. The Cubbies 5 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. See if the Pirates can bounce back or if the Cubs are going to sweep this doubleheader. And the Pirates bounce back and split the doubleheader. The Pirates 7 runs on 13 hits and no errors. The Cubbies 4 runs on 11 hits and 3 errors. Old Clemente keeps on hitting, 2 for 5 with a home run and 3 RBIs. Now the Braves are hoping the Cardinals can help them out here against the G-men out in San Francisco. See what happens. They could get within a half a game, I think, or a game and a half. I'm not sure. The Braves are up by 2.5 or a game and a half. And the Giants win, so they pick up a game on the Braves. The Cardinals 2 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. The Giants 4 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. It looks like Willie Mays is starting to heat up. He had a home run his last game, and now he went 2 for 4. Oh, okay, 007. You have a good one, bud. Have a good day at work, buddy. And, yep, up by a game and a half on the Giants. The Reds are now 5 games back. Cardinals are 10.5 games back. The The Dodgers 13. The Chicago Cubs 13.5 games back. The Pirates 14.5 games back. And the Phillies gain a game and only 26 games back, Ken. Let's take a look here at this. Clemente leading the league and the major leagues with a 361 batting average. Willie with 32 home runs. Cepeda got another RBI up to 96. Now he's not tied with Gene Freeze anymore. Spahn still leading the league with a 2.46 ERA. Don Noteberg with a 2.86 right behind him. Then you got Jim O'Toole with 14 wins. And Don with 27 saves. Whoa, too far. Cepeda's leading the National League in MVP voting, and O'Toole's leading with the Cy Young. Like I was talking about in that Yankee broadcast, that Bobby Richards, look at that. In his last 11 games hitting 347, folks. He is smoking hot. 13 RBIs, 7 runs. Sure. Norm Cash is lighting it up for the Tigers. Dick Stewart, 304, 13 games. Killebrew hitting 325, and Jim Gentile is doing it again, folks. 357 in his last 12 games. Sure. All righty, I want to thank, hey, Legends is in the house. You getting ready to do a game, Legends? I want to thank 007 for stopping by before he went to work. Check out his channel. Ken Castro got to see his Phillies take it to the Braves. Just beat the snot out of them. See who the next pitching matchup is for you, Ken, with the Phils. I think it's a 4-game series. Going to do a game tonight? Cool. You got Owens against Lou Burdette. Should be a good game, too. Owens 5-4 with a 3.7 ERA. Old Lou's 13-6 with a 3.42 ERA. So that should be a decent game. Round 8 or 9, cool. Sounds good. Check out that when Legends is on tonight, folks. All righty, I'm going to get off of here. You all have a great day. Take care until next time. Oh, cool. You're doing that Pirate Dodger game? Cool. Yeah, the Pirates are a half a game up on the Dodgers in the wild card, folks. Oh, you're welcome, Ken, buddy. Glad you stopped by. Like I say, I'm going to get off of here. Y'all have a great afternoon and evening. Until next time, y'all take care.